In this video, I share with you how I went about cultivating a minimalist, simple space that is unique to the individual. The space is calming, soothing, conducive to creativity, good exercise habits, meditation, and spiritual growth. Welcome to my humble home office, yoga studio, exercise room, personal space, changing room, meditational space, and personal retreat. Hi. If you are new to this channel, I am Simple Vegan Being who over a period of time have now learned the art of simplifying and living a healthy and fully aware life. On Mondays, I share videos about the art of simplifying and how that led to a Zen state of being for me. On plant-based Vegan Thursdays, I share videos on how I transitioned to thriving as a sustainable lifelong vegan. Change, first and foremost, begins with me. Thank you for joining me, and let's get started. This is my all-in-one Zen room, where I get it all done, for the most part. I do have a bathroom and an open-plan kitchen, dining, and hall area in the house. There are, I suppose, two kinds of first impressions when people see this room. It is bare, empty, cold, and not personal. The other impression is that the room is clean, calming, free of clutter, and soothing. I suppose the impression depends on how conditioned one has become by society of what a home office or all-in-one room should look like, as opposed to what an all-in-one room would look like, catering to the individual's internal nature and being. Realization 1. Negative space. What is negative space? That expansive void space in a room that makes a room look cold, bare, empty, like in a hospital or institution, that is often unwelcoming. This concept is a conditioned idea that I have been led to believe as not being good for me. However, in many of the Eastern cultures, this space is seen as space. Space that is positive, that lets energy flow through unhindered, that lets me do what I want, such as positive, healthy movement, arts and crafts, and most importantly, space for my mind, also known as mind space. A space filled with objects that do not serve a purpose, a function, is simply something that takes away space from me doing positive things that makes me better and enables me to enter a more peaceful state of mind. So in this room, you see a lot of negative space because it is void of furniture. This gives me mind space to imagine, be creative, and do constructive things. Realization 2. As you can see here, I have two printer boxes on which I have a bookshelf. The height is just high enough to fit my legs underneath while sitting cross-legged, where my arms don't have to stretch out much for typing, such that my upper body is aligned per ergonomics recommendations. The printer, by the way, is from Craigslist. Back in the day when we went into the office, it was easy to print the odd item at work. But now we do have around 20 pages per annum worth of printing, so we instead bought a second-hand printer. These are the boxes for the almost empty cartridges, which came along with the printer, which should last us a while. I love Craigslist as I save a ton of money and can buy pre-loved, creating less store-bought consumption. I used to have a home office, gym, meditation, reading room, etc. that fit the conventional description of what a home office looks like for someone in my profession. In this room, I used to have a big table on top of which I either had two monitors or one big 48-inch Sony HD TV for my work, an expensive chair that was supposedly ergonomically better for me, tons of cables, trackpad, keyboard, pens, paper, various gadgets, and of course, multiple machines. Not to mention a specialized ergonomically designed footrest. After a day of work, which usually is anywhere from a daily 12 hours to 16 hours on average, I got backaches, neck pain, shoulder pain, and whatnots. I realized that none of these fancy special equipment were working for me. Furthermore, they were only creating more pain for me, taking into consideration my long working hours as well. So one day I just decided that I was going to sit on the floor with my single laptop on my lap, elevated by a pillow, and just work from there. That was the day that things changed for me. I was able to attend meetings, focus without any body stiffness or sore areas, and get work done. I read a ton on my monitor with numerous applications open. All of this was totally accomplishable via my single 16-inch laptop. Furthermore, I also realized that by sitting on the ground every time I needed to get up, I actually encouraged positive movement and exercise in and of itself. For example, every time I sat down, I had to lunge it or lunge it up to get up. I also stretched my hamstrings, which were usually contracted for the 12 or so hours I was seated. They were always contracted, consequently being so tight, thus causing me knee issues. Now that I stretch them on the ground, they are evenly contracted and relaxed along with my quads in the front of my legs. I have more flexibility, not to mention I can do quad stretches, calf stretches, ankle circles while sitting on the ground with my legs stretched out or crossed. So there you go. Sitting on the ground was the first change that really impacted my body in many positive ways. Here I have these two coccyx cushions that double as lap pads for my laptop as well as pillows. Yes, you heard me right, pillows. They are actually surprisingly the perfect height and super comfortable. My head feels well supported, especially my neck, which is critical as I hate waking up with neck pain when I travel and sleep on other beds and use other pillows. Realization 3. I always have my mat stretched out in the middle of the room facing the window. Why? Path of least resistance. By having it stretched out all the time, when I wake up in the morning, I am not put off by having to get the mat out from the cupboard to then stretch it out before I am able to do my stretches right away. Path of least resistance. Less things to prep for before I stretch. Additionally, by having my mat out all the time, I am able to get to a meditation focus point readily as I have a designated spot that is good to go. Right here is my single dumbbell, usually placed at the head of the mat, always ready to go. I use it for the little extra weight that I need. I mostly exercise with just my own body weight as that is the most effective for me in activating a lot of the other stabilizer muscles and is just minimal. More equipment, more cleaning, more maintenance, more nuisance. Less is more, as they say. I bought the single dumbbell from the thrift store for $3.99, which was a great bargain. With this and my natural body weight, I am able to get a full body workout. Having the dumbbell right here out is also a trigger or daily reminder that encourages me and reminds me to get my weight training done for the day, especially in winter when I do get a little lazy. I am human after all. If I was single, I would also use my mat to sleep on as a bed. I have some thick cotton blankets, as well as a proper winter blanket, which together keeps me warm and cozy during the cold winter months. My back cushions that I have here also double as pillows for my head when I sleep. Realization 4. Have a little set of drawers right next to you. Why? There will always be small, loose items that one needs while working. I contain the chaos, thus creating a clutter-free environment that enables focus. In the top drawer, I have loose items like my AirPods, earplugs, glasses, handkerchief, zero waste, I avoid tissues, pen, tiny book, and covers for my headphones. In the middle drawer, I have some of my camera and voice recording gear handy so that I can record the audio when I feel like it. And in the last drawer, I have some extra writing paper and some other sheets. As you can see, on the top of the drawers, I have the books I want to read to improve myself. The world is truly better when I am first and foremost a kinder and more aware person, or so I believe. Please feel free to let me know what you think about this in the comments. Realization 5. Cables, cables, cables. I have a cable and device charging station that you can turn on and off at night. Yes, I turn off my charging station at the end of my workday at night, as there is no need to consume extra idle electricity from the grid, which most likely comes from fossil fuels. Every little bit I can do will add up. Anyways, I have all my wires and cables hooked to this power block. It is a down converter and a transformer. When I travel to other parts of the world, which I always do, then I just throw this whole thing into my bag and I am ready to go. So it is very simple, multifunctional, and therefore quite convenient as well. Some other stuff I have in this room are my camera tripod, multiple lights from my brother-in-law, this beautiful vase from the thrift store, which is perfect for a flower. I always love to have a little bit of nature indoors to brighten up my day. And lastly, some candle holders from the thrift store, of course, to make the place cozy in winter, especially when it snows. All in all, a calm, peaceful, cozy room that inspires me, all the while keeping me grounded and focused. All items here are simple, minimal, super functional, and most importantly, keep my body, mind, and soul in a well-supported and healthy state of being. Well, I hope you liked a tour of my simple, minimal, Zen home office and all-in-one room. In next week's video, I share my simple and minimal set of stationery items I own and how this is vital to simplifying my life. I hope to see you there. What did you think of my home office tour? If you have any suggestions or would like to share a bit about your Zen peaceful spot in your room, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this content useful, then please like, comment, subscribe, and feel free to share this video with friends and family. It would really help more people interested in simplifying life to find this video. Wishing you a great week ahead, and as always, plant strong, animal love, planet peace.